Welcome back to our YouTube channel Aman Codes. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about parameters and arguments. So let's see what is parameters. Parameters are of two types. They are formal parameters or variables. Local parameters are variables. So parameters can also called as variables. So we have two types, formal and local, right? So where we are using this formal parameters or variable in the sense, in function heading, we are using this formal parameters. The use of formal parameters is that to store inputs coming from the function call. Whatever the inputs which are coming from the function call, so that inputs is going to stored by formal parameters. So this is about formal parameters. So what is local parameters or local variables, which is used in only function body, which is used in function body. The use of local parameters or variables is that to stores the temporary results or function processing results. So in order to store the temporary results, we are going to use these local parameters. So the local parameters are used in function body in order to store the function processing results or temporary results. We are using this local parameters. So this is all about parameters in functions. The value of parameter and local parameters can be accessed within the function definition only, but not possible to access in other part of program, that is known as scope of variables. These formal variables are formal parameters. These local variables are local parameters. These are used within the function itself. So we can't use these parameters other part of the program. So I have defined a function called operation. So see here, def operations of a comma b comma c. These a comma b comma c is known as formal parameters. See here, here a comma b comma c are called as formal parameters. So after that I'm providing one tab space, then I'm continuing my statements. Here d is equals to a plus b, e is equals to a into b into c. So here d and e are going to be local variables or local parameters. See here, there are no, so these d and e are called as local variables, right? So this is our function definition. Let's see what are the arguments. So we are going to call as the actual arguments or actual parameters. So arguments are nothing but variables or values which is used in function call. So see here, parameters are used in function heading. Actual arguments are going to be used in function call. So see here, for example, a is equals to 10, b is equals to 20, c is equals to 5. This is in main program. So here I defined operations of function, right? So here I'm going to call that function. Operations of, I'm going to pass this variables a, b, c. So I'm going to pass this variables a, b, c. So here, this is known as function call, right? See the comment you have to understand. Function call. Here, A, B, C are called arguments. So these A, B, C are called arguments, and here A, B, C are going to called as formal parameters. So after that, operations of 10, 20, 30. I'm directly giving the values. Instead of variables, I'm directly passing values. See here, arguments are nothing but variables or values used in function call, right? So here, so firstly I'm passing variables, then after I'm going to pass the values. See the comment, function call 10, 20, 30 are called argument values because I'm going to pass these values, right? So this is about arguments, right? So the most important point we have to see in this arguments topic. So see here, the relationship between arguments and parameters is that, so it is going to tell the relationship between arguments and parameters. So try to understand carefully. So every value of arguments in function call, try to understand every value. So this is an arguments, right? Arguments. So every value of an arguments in function call passing to parameters in function definition. So this 10, 20, 30 is going to pass to the parameters which are available in function definition, right? So see here, parameters in function definition. Every value of arguments from function call passing to parameters in function definition. So this is the main relationship. So this type of process is going to called as argument passing mechanism, because we are passing the arguments from function call to the function definition as parameters. So let's see the types of arguments or parameters in Python. So let's see the types of arguments in Python. So the mechanism of passing values of argument of function call to formal parameters of function definition is known as argument passing mechanism. Already we discussed what. So the process of values of argument function call, in the sense function call, whatever the values of argument is there, we are going to pass that values to the formal parameters of function definition. See here, formal parameters of function definition, in the sense that values are passed to the function definition's formal parameters. So that type of thing is known as argument passing mechanism. So based on passing the argument values from function calls to formal parameters of function definition, the arguments are classified into 5 types. So the arguments basically classified into 5 types. They are positional arguments, default arguments, keyword arguments, variable length arguments, keyword variable length arguments. So this is our arguments which are classified into 5 types. So in upcoming episodes, we are going to discuss about functional arguments. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you all understand. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Aman Coach. Thank you so much for watching.